Let's talk about what you should have in place before you start marketing or advertising yourself. So as a home builder, remodeler, or any company within the trades, you have various different types of customers that you can work with. You have people that you can work with that have everything in place. There's people that are coming in and they're just looking for information. There's people that come in and they have beer budget and champagne tastes. There's various different types of people. So the one exercise that we get all of our clients to take and do before they start work with us is a customer persona exercise. And what this does is this allows us to identify who your ideal customer avatar is and what are their interests, what are their names, what are they like, how do they like being communicated to? Where do they reside? What kind of income level are they in? How many kids do they have? What are their interests? All of these great things are going to help us reverse engineer it into how these people like to be spoken to and what type of communication is going to resonate with them. And so I have the sheet pulled up right here on what is in this, and I just kind of want to walk you through this really quick because this is super important, and then we're going to get to the next thing that I like everybody to have in place. So on here is you need to define your goals. So what is the purpose of creating these customer personas? It's a great question. It's to identify how your ideal customer avatar should be communicated to and where you should be putting your effort into advertising that will get in front of these people. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go ahead and think back. I don't know how long you've been in business. If you're just getting started, you can't really do this, but think back to your favorite customer. Who is the favorite person that you have ever done work for? And why is that person your favorite? Was it really easy off the start? Did they come to you with the plans? Everything was in place? Were they in a income range where, your costs didn't even matter to them, and so they were really easy to deal with? Think about that ideal person and what made them so ideal to work with. And then the next thing that you're going to want to do is you can actually take that person and send them a survey on why did they choose you to work with, and what problem did you solve? What made you different than your competition, and why did they decide to do business with you? This will also give you insight on how you can attract those ideal customers. So the next thing on here is you can also use some online research to get collect data on what other people have found their ideal customers are, but really you just want to hone in on your own. So some of the stuff that you're going to want to collect is you want to be very specific. Okay. So when you're collecting the customer persona, creating this, what is their name? Okay. John Doe. Right? John Doe lives in Boise, Idaho. He's got 2 kids. He makes between $100,000 to $150,000 a year. He's interested in hunting. He's a male. Okay. He is the owner of this company, the so-and-so company, or maybe he's the manager at so-and-so company. He's worked there for the last 10 years. Okay. And he's married. And his goals and desires are to, whatever it is, have a house that impresses his brother-in-law, or to have a large house for his kids to grow up in so that they can have the childhood that he always wanted. And what are the challenges and pain points that John, in this case, is facing when he's, thinking about taking a project like this on? Maybe it's hiring the wrong builder. Maybe it's the budget. Maybe he thinks it's going to take too long. Maybe he thinks it's going to be a stressful process. Figure out his problem and his challenges, and then once you identify that, you can then dissect how John would want to be communicated to and what would capture his attention, and you can create a hook surrounding that challenge. The next thing is like, what are his values and his beliefs? It helps to understand this. Is he a Christian man? Or is he, a very analytical guy? Or is he very, light and fluffy and, you can, very emotional dude that you can, resonate with him by, having some emotional hooks out there. These are all good things to know when it comes to marketing. And, what are his behaviors? Where is his preferred communication happening? Is it through email, phone call, text? Identifying that is huge. What are his shopping habits? Is he an impulsive guy? Is he somebody that's going to do his research? Is he somebody that's going to read every single word on your website? Understanding that is super, super important. And what are his favorite brands that John might be following? This kind of ties into his interests as well, but what type of brands is he going to be interacting with that's going to capture his attention? And then come up with a quote that kind of identifies John, right? And you're going to want to walk through this exercise probably 3 times ideally. And so you're going to have John, Jane, and Jack, right? And they're all going to have kind of different lists, but you're going to find the common denominators between all of them and really try and hit on those. You can use this exercise to figure out your voice within your website. You can figure out what type of hook you're going to want within your advertising and how you're going to nurture these people and get in front of them so that they trust you. So this is super, super important to starting any marketing or advertising. You want to have this dialed in. The next thing is you want to have your mission statement really locked in. Your mission statement is important because this tells people that are researching you and looking into your company, where are you wanting to take the company, right? If your goal is to, build it and sell it, well, people aren't going to really want to gravitate towards that. Having a strong mission shows that you're on a track, you're on a mission to go somewhere, and people want to jump on that. And if they can align with your mission, that's just gonna, increase the trust when they're interacting with your brand. So creating a strong mission statement is important for your brand. The next thing is your core values. I wouldn't do any more than 3 of these, but ideally you want to just pick core, you could go 4, 3 to 4 really good core values with one that's highlighted that's above everything else. So a really great example is with us. Our mission statement, just to go back to the other one, is we're on a mission to help 10,000 home builders reach more than 10 custom homes per year. So if you align with that, then you're going to align with our brand. Another one, for our core values is integrity. Integrity is one of our core values. We strive to hold integrity from the start of the relationship all the way to the end. Whether we're wronged or not, we will hold integrity with every person that we deal with. And that's something that's voiced to our entire team. We operate in integrity. That is our core value, right? And then we have other ones that are in the background, but that's our number 1, right? So you want to figure out some core values. Try not to keep it super generic. People kind of see through that, and it doesn't really capture people's attention. But if you have some core values that somebody's wow, that's a really good core value, it's going to stick in people's heads, and they're going to think about it, and it's going to resonate with them, and then they're going to more trust you. And this is a game of trust. Buying a home, buying a large remodel is not an impulse buy. It's a game of trust. So you really, really need to hold on to that trust and do everything you can to build it. But these are really the 3 exercises we get everybody to walk through. We're going to have links in the description of this video to go and do these exercises yourself. I recommend you do them, even if you're working with us or not, or another marketing agency or not. Go through these exercises, and don't just use AI to do it for you. You should be going through it yourself, and you should have these core values relayed to your team so that they know them, and you should have your mission statement relayed to your team so they know them. So if a total stranger asks them in 1 week from now, whoa, what do you guys do? Oh, well, I'm part of this company and we're on a mission to do this. And then if they ever ask, well, what makes you different? Then, this guy, he does the same thing as you. Our core value is this, right? And all these exercises are just really, really fundamental to your marketing and your advertising. So if you had any value from this, like I mentioned in our core values, in our mission statement, like we are on a mission to help 10,000 home builders reach more than 10 custom homes per year. And we're doing that through a value-driven approach where I'm just, we're letting people look behind the curtains. I'm not gatekeeping any of the information that we're doing or that we're giving out, that we're using for our clients. We're giving it all away. Like it's all in my book here, Home Builder Marketing. You can get it on Amazon. It teaches you exactly what we do for all of our clients. So if you wanted to take it and go and do it yourself, all the power to you. We'll give you all the information and resources to do that. But if you're interested in, hiring a company like us to help you out, you can visit our website, homebuildermarketers.com. And if you visit the contact page, there's a form on there. Go ahead and fill that out and we'll get in touch with you. But if you got any value from this video, feel free to leave it a like, give us a subscribe here, and that will promote future videos to you. Thanks for watching.